Okay, let's look at how we round to 1 decimal point. Before we begin, you'll see a subscribe button there. Press it if you aren't following me already. I would love to also be part of your maths journey to help you as you walk along with your maths curriculum. Right, let's look at how we're going to round to 1 decimal point. Now, what we have learned when we learned to round to tens and hundreds and thousands and so on was that 5 was always the magic number. Anything from 5 and up always rounds up, including 5, and anything less than 5 rounds down. Now let's bear that in mind when we look at 0.15. Before we continue, I want to also just show you, remember what the columns are called behind the decimal point. We have here 1/10ths, 100ths, 1,000ths, and 1/10,000th. And we are going to be rounding to to 1 decimal point, which is the 1/10th column that is going to be remaining in the answer. And because we're looking at the 1/10th column, it means that the 100th column gets to decide what happens to the 1/10th column. So let's have a look at it. What is sitting in our 100th column in the number 0.15? What is under the 100th column? It's a 5. We know 5 and up changes a number to the next decimal up. So this is a 5, which means that 1 is going to become a 2. So when we round to 1 decimal point, we're only going to leave 1 decimal point in the answer. So let's look at the answer below there. It's going to be 0.2. That 5 turned this into a 2. Okay, and then we don't write anything here, because we are rounding to 1 decimal point. Let's look at a few more examples so that you can really understand it. Here we have 0.38. And we are rounding this digit, which means we are looking at this digit to decide what happens to the first one. And the one that decides is an 8. And we know our rule is when it's 5 and up. So 8 is bigger than 5, which means our number is going to change from a 3 to a 4. So now we have 0.4. When we're rounding 0.38 to 1 decimal point, we end up with 0.4. Now let's look at 2 more examples. Let's do this one first. We have here 2.79. And we're going to round this one here because we're rounding to 1 decimal point, which means the 9 gets to decide if it's going to change the 7. Yes, it's going to change the 7 because 9 is bigger than 5, so we end up with 2.8. And that's your answer as it stands. Last example, we have 5.23. Okay, so 3 gets to decide if 2 changes. Well, is 2 going to change? 3 is smaller than 5, so 2 is not going to change. Our number when it's rounded to 1 decimal point then is going to be 5.2. Okay, so you understand that now. And we're going to look at rounding to 2 decimal points in the next lecture. Don't forget to press subscribe down there. I would love to be part of your maths journey. See you soon.